Hello everyone, and welcome to Ghost of Tsushima, Part 2. After recruiting Sensei Ishikawa, I decided to go help Yuna to try save her brother from the Mongols. I did raid another enemy camp on my way there though. I arrived where Yuna told me to meet and saw her murder a Mongol before telling me that her brother was being taken to a camp near the Canada inlet. So we begin our journey to the inlet. We arrive and start scouting the camp, trying to find ways to get in undetected. We find there's a gap in the front wall and wait until night to sneak in. We walk into the Mongol base, but wait, this doesn't feel right. Jin says that the samurai code is that people must die with honor, but by killing this man without a fight would give him no honor. But we do what we must. Jin goes behind the guy and knifes him, going against the code and being put into a flashback scene. Me and Lord Shimura are tracking a bear by its tracks, and we find the bear when a bandit attacks Shimura, and Jin was about to kill him when Lord Shimura taught him a valuable lesson about honor. We unlock a new skill called Focus Hearing, and this is where you can basically see where your enemies are. I start murdering the Mongols, trying to find Yuna's brother, but have no luck. We free a prisoner from their cage, and try to get some answers as to where Yuna's brother is. The prisoner says that they were moving the slaves to Azamo Bay, and Yuna thinks that her brother is there, so that's where she sets off to next. We see a little cutscene of Lord Shimura held captive and talking to Khotun Khan. Yes, I said it right this time. Lord Shimura learns that we are still out there, and now he knows there is still hope. And that was another mission complete. Previously, I was told that maybe a samurai survived the war at Komoda Beach. Now if a samurai survived then, I need him to help me rescue Lord Shimura, so off I went to look for him. I arrive at his supposed location and find two women sitting in a house. I ask them about the samurai, and they say that the samurai will be back from his long adventure in a minute. The samurai comes back and, I don't know, but something feels off about him. The samurai has me follow Nabe to the bath, but I wanted to find out more about this guy first. I investigate the stables and find his horse, but wait, this isn't a samurai horse, this is a farm horse! I go back quickly to the house to expose this guy, but it turns out he fled already. I literally called it while I was playing. This guy's a fake, bro.
Of course.
I go out and try to look for the guy, and I see him, but he starts running. I start chasing him, but this guy doesn't quit. He stops and, wait, he's challenging me to a duel? Who does this guy think he is? But so be it. This is it. You die today. You will pay for impersonating the samurai, and he's backed out. I tell him to go and never return, but I give him a little warning shot just in case. I go to tell the woman about the fraud, but wait, they already knew?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Well, that was another mission complete. So as I said in the previous video, I wanted to get some good armor for the missions later to come, and I was kind of wandering around when a musician went to me and told me the tale about the legend of Tadayori. The tale was about how Tadayori defeated 100 pirates in Azamo Bay with only his armor and his bow. He died years later, but his armor mysteriously vanished. Yamato says that there could be some clues as to where Tadayori's armor is in the north of Azamo. So off I went, where I would soon be meted with a painful 1-hour fight. But we'll get to that later. I arrive at a fighter field and climb to the top of the mountain where there's a map, and it shows the way to Tadayori's rest, but I have to try find this location in game. I look for a solid 10 minutes before finding my way into my doom. I was too stupid to find the entrance, so I just kinda dropped from a mountain into the rest, barely surviving. I investigate the graves in the rest when a random lady pops out from behind. Now remember that clip at the start of the video I showed you? Yeah, this is it. I try to convince her I'm not a thief, but she doesn't believe me, and we begin our duel. Now before this fight, I hadn't upgraded my armor or my katana once, so I was severely underleveled for this fight, which is probably why I was raging so much. I think if I was upgraded a bit, I could have easily defeated her in 5 tries or less, but that's not the case sadly. I would say the first few tries were me downloading her skill moves, but that's just an excuse for me getting cooked. I was dying again and again, so much I had flashbacks to when it took us 2 hours to complete the Diamond Casino heist on GTA. But I stayed strong, and I actually started decently taking down her health bar. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. I was taking down her health a lot, and I thought I was locked in, but I got hit once, and then it destroyed my confidence, and one thing led to another, and... No! Yeah, I was feeling very broken at this point, and when I got hit once, I would just restart and start all over again. But then, something just clicked. I decided to change my stance, and everything went opposite. I was locked in, and I was about to die, but I managed to defeat her, and finally ended this. Now I wish I could say I got Tadayori's armor in there, but it wasn't there, sadly. The lady says that Tadayori's armor could be at a mountain watching over Azamo Bay, so off I went to get this armor and be done. I arrive, but I see Mongols attacking Yamato. I can't do this anymore. I just want to get the armor and leave, but I fought through and finally got the armor. Finally.
Hit the rollie stove with the rollie on. Who was our getaway car, Jag portfolio? You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some sneak dissers. Whoever feeling hot, that AR got a heat sensor. Cuz said don't entertain them hungry. I wish I would pay attention to these homeless. Go call my phone, I don't wanna do no.
So after my painful 1 hour fight, I decided to try upgrade my katana and armor, because there was no way I was going to go through that fight again, but with someone different. I went to the Golden Temple and found 2 people who could upgrade my armor and my katana. I upgraded my new Tadayori armor to level 2, and also upgraded my katana to level 2, and after that I decided to do a new mission to test out my katana and armor. I went to go help Lady Masako, as she was one of the people I needed to recruit for my attack on Castle Canada. I arrive at the Adachi estate, but find no one there. I find blood on the floor, and realize that maybe the Mongols got to Lady Masako. I go into the guest house and find 3 assassins, and kill them quickly, but they weren't Mongols. I find there are horse tracks, showing that someone fled, so I decided to follow them to see if it were Lady Masako's. I find a dead horse, and then get shot at, but find out it's Lady Masako. We learn that some of Clan Adachi betrayed Lady Masako, and killed her sons and relatives. Lady Masako asked me to follow her to the Golden Temple to ask about a monk named Sogen and tell him what happened to Clan Adachi. Before I go in, Lady Masako tells me that she was repairing some armor for her son, but she wanted us to have it. We get the armor first, and see that it's actually pretty good. Goodbye Tadayori's armor, and welcome Clan Adachi's. We find Sogen and tell him about Clan Adachi, and he sends his condolences. It turns out that Lady Masako thinks that Sogen was a scout for the assassins, as he visited right before the assassins attacked Lady Masako. Me and Lady Masako decided to follow Sogen, because maybe he knows where the assassins reside, but I did kill Sogen a few times before deciding to train them. We start following him, and it takes us all night before finding the assassins and learning about the suspicions about Sogen were true. We ambush the assassins and test out our katana and armor, which was pretty good before finding Sogen hiding in the house. Now let's try to use him to find some answers, and she killed him. Damn. We look around for clues and find names with a symbol hinting to a rival clan. Now Lady Masako says that she has things to do first, but she will join us in saving Lord Shimura. And that was the last mission complete. Alright, that wraps up part 2 of Ghost of Tsushima, and I hope you guys are glad to see me uploading again. So I'll try to get these videos for you guys ready at the end of the week at Friday or Saturday, so you can see I'm trying to do a consistent upload schedule. Basically all I have to say, but you already know this, but I'd like to thank these people on screen, very big inspirations, and yep, that's basically it. Stay safe and God bless.